Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Grip and Rip Sports Cards back here with another video for you guys today. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 most valuable in 2023 Topps Archives. That is right, guys. Topps Archives officially releases today at your local hobby store. And I'm going to be coming at you with the top 10 cards in this set that I deem the most valuable. Before we get into that, thank you so much for joining me on this video. Can we get 100 likes? 100 likes would be awesome to help me grow this channel. That would be greatly appreciated. And speaking of growing the channel, we are doing a giveaway. We are giving away hobby packs of Series 2. All you got to do to enter is be subscribed, like this video, turn on the post notifications for all the content on the channel, and last but certainly not least, leave a comment in the comment section on who your all-star representatives were on your favorite team. I'll pick the winner once we hit 7,000 subscribers, so there's that. We're only 100 away. We should be able to give away these packs probably by the end of next week. Next week, Chrome Update comes out, so that'll be the next giveaway we do, because after that, quite frankly, we don't have nothing, at least officially, on the release schedule until Stadium Club in January. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. A lot of you guys ask me what I know. I mean, I can't tell you, dude. A lot of stuff that we don't know about. But either way, let's get into it. But before we get into it, man, check out this awesome Christmas shirt. Of course, we got the Grip and Rip Santa Claus shirt. These are available right now. Link in my description, labeled official merch. It'll take you to bonfire.com. Get yourself one of these shirts, man. This shirt's awesome, man. Look at this shirt, man. Got the puff ball. Where's it at here? Backwards. Puff ball's like a baseball. You got Grip and Rip and red lettering on the white part of the hat. It's looking awesome, man. I mean, you can get it in green, you can get it in red and black. Hoodies as well, in case you want one of them. But I like the green, because here's the thing. On the outline, there's like a black outline around Santa Claus himself, as you see. You can't see that on the black shirt. You could see it on the red and the green shirt. So I recommend the green. The green is probably my favorite. There's other designs too, but this is by far, I mean, I just had to show this off, man. Like, look how cool that is, man. So get yours today. Show up to Thanksgiving dinner. Show up to Black Friday shopping, card shows, wherever you go. Christmas dinner, Christmas mass. If you go to church on Christmas Eve, show up with one of these shirts, man. You know, awesome. So let's get into it. So let's get into the scene here. Okay, here we go. So we'll just show you from number 10. So number 10, I guess we're going to get right into it, is Anthony Vulpi. I typically don't like to put Anthony Vulpi on these lists because, quite frankly, if you look at these stats here, 209 OPS, a 666. It's a great number. 60 RBIs, 21 home runs. Not bad in the home run category. But although I will say why I put him at number 10 is because he just won the Gold Glove. He is now officially the Gold Glove winner at the shortstop position for 2023. So that is the real reason why I put Anthony Vulpi in this list. I typically don't like to put Vulpi in this list, but since he just won an award, I thought his stock maybe went up just a tad. So I was like, you know what? Let me put him in here. My fault. Let me change my thing real quick. I didn't even see you could. My fault. I didn't even realize you couldn't see the stats because my face came in the way. Let me move that out of the way. So yeah, here you see the stats: 209, 666 OPS, OBP 282 or 283. You know, 21 home runs, not bad. Yankees should be pretty good next year. I'd like to think they're going to probably go all in the free agency category this offseason. So Yankees fans shouldn't have really nothing to worry about. And, I mean, they have Jason Dominguez next year, but he ain't going to be back until like July. So it is what it is there. But either way, let's get into number 9. We're going to go to Cincinnati. We're going to go to Matt McLain. That is right, guys. Matt McLain probably should be a little higher on this list, admittedly, not going to lie. But that just shows you how deep the rookie class of 2023 was. Keep in mind, Series 1 rookies are in this, Series 2 rookies are in this, and Update rookies are in this. And Series 1 and Series 2 were just so loaded. This is the only Update rookie that is in this top 10 for me, at least. Because Series 1 and 2, as you guys are well aware, were just very, very loaded. In terms of just great, like, overall rookies and overall, like, how good they were. So let's go over his stats. 290 average, that's very good. Only batted 365 at-bats. He had 16 homers, 50 RBIs, and an OPS of 864. Very solid. I always said this when I talked about the Reds. He was probably the most consistent Reds hitter on the entire team all year long, aside from Spencer Steer. Spencer Steer I called the most powerful. Matt McLain I called the most consistent. And Ellie, I mean, you could say whatever about Ellie. I don't really care. I mean, he's not that good yet, in my opinion. Strikeout percentage way, way, way too high. He could have the speed. He could have all that. But if you can't hit the ball, I mean, what are you going to do, man? Like, what are you going to do? He'll probably get it together next season. I very much think he will. I mean, O'Neal Cruz had the same problem, and who would have known what happened to him? But, of course, O'Neal Cruz got hurt and didn't play the whole entire year, essentially. He played like 3 or 4 games. So, yeah, so that is number 8 on this list. Now we are going to that was 9. Now this is 8. So we're going to another NL Central team, not named the Pirates, the Reds, or the Cubs, or the Brewers. We're going to St. Louis, and we are going to Jordan Walker. That is right, guys. Jordan Walker, probably the only bright spot, dare I say, from the Cardinals this season. I mean, the Cardinals finished last place in the NL Central. That is right, guys. I don't know exactly what the record was. I don't think it's on the screen here. But either way, they finished in last place for the first time, I think, since the 1990s. So, yeah, it was a pretty big deal for us NL Central fans, at least. But either way, Jordan Walker, like I said, probably the only bright spot I would have to say on this Cardinals team. He'll be around for a while. I ain't going to put Arenado or Goldschmidt in the bright spot category because they're, getting older. And I think Goldschmidt has like 1 year left on his deal. I think Arenado has like 2 years left on his deal. So I don't think those guys are going to be around much longer. But Jordan Walker will. I can tell you that for a matter of fact. Jordan Walker will be around for a while. So Jordan Walker batted .260 or .276, OPS 787. He had 16 home runs, 51 RBI, 7 stolen bases, with an at-bat total of 420. Pretty much played the whole year. He got sent down for like a month, I think, or like at least 2 or 3 weeks, at least from what I remember. Because I remember he got called back up the game that I went to at PNC Park on, I believe, June 3rd. This past year, he got reactivated in the big leagues that day. So, yeah, he got sent down for a while. He wasn't doing very good. And then he came back and started went on an absolute tear. So, whatever they went down to fix in the minor leagues, it clearly worked because he completely turned the season around after that recall to the big leagues in June. But either way, like I said, probably the only bright spot that the Cardinals have. I mean, I don't know. The Cardinals have Mason Wynn. They have all these other guys. But pitching is going to be by far their top priority in the offseason, as is everyone else's pretty much, like the Pirates and things like that. We have to prioritize in pitching free agency, and I imagine the Cardinals are going to as well. They'll probably end up, I'm going to do a hot take right here. They're going to probably end up with Aaron Nola. Now, as a Pirates fan, that concerned me, but it is what it is. Pirates actually owned Aaron Nola this year, so I'm not really too concerned on that. But either way, Jordan Walker at number 8. Now we're going to number 7 on this list, and we're going to Baltimore. And it's not who you think it is, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But we're going to Adley Rutschman first in the Baltimore Orioles for number 7 on this list. So Adley had a good year. Let's see his stats. These stats are all jumbled up, man. They completely redid this whole website since the last time I've been on it. It's kind of hard to read. But either way, if you go over here to the 2023 regular season, OPS 809, average 277, 20 home runs, 80 RBIs, at-bats 588, so he pretty much played the entire year. I don't know how many games it says. I don't know. It doesn't say that, I don't think. But either way, he pretty much played the whole entire year. That's pretty good for a catcher. To be a catcher and a switch hitting catcher at that, and to play pretty much all year, that's a pretty big deal. And Adley had a great year. Adley had an absolutely great year. It's just that I don't know how long his prime is going to last. Catchers don't have a big prime. They don't. Like 5 years max, and that's it. He's already 25 years old. So the real question is, do they move him out of catcher? Because that'll prolong his career. I don't know what his secondary position is. I'd have to imagine it's first base. They could definitely put him somewhere else just to prolong his career. I think that's what they're probably going to do. Although he has a great arm behind the plate, so I don't know exactly what they're going to do. But either way, Adley came in at number 7 because there's another Oriole on this list that a lot of you guys gave me crap for all year, and somehow is in the Rookie of the Year voting category that's going to be picked in like a couple days. So we'll get to him when we get to him in a little bit. But now we go to, what is this, number 6, I believe, right? Yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. That is right, guys. All right, yeah, it's hard to count backwards when you're doing this. You forget. Either way, we're going to go to a dark horse here. A lot of you guys probably don't know about, unless you're a fan of the Colorado Rockies itself. We're going to Nolan Jones. That is right, guys. Nolan Jones. A lot of you guys probably don't even know this guy even existed unless you watch NL West games. I wouldn't blame you. The Rockies are not good. Like I said with Jordan Walker, this guy is probably like one of the only few bright spots that the Rockies actually have. And it's funny because the Cleveland Indians actually DFA'd him in I think April or May, and the Rockies picked him up, and he had an absolutely just tremendous season for the Colorado Rockies. So let's look at these stats, man. Look at these stats. OPS 931, average 297, home runs 20, RBIs 62. Not great in those categories, but either way, he gets on base and he hits for average. What more can you ask for? Really, I mean, seriously, what more can you ask for? And it's crazy because this guy was in the minor leagues since 2016, said second overall pick 55, second round, and the Indians gave up on him. They DFA'd him, and he turned out to be an absolute just stud for the Rockies this year. And I actually have his autograph. I pulled his autograph in Series 1 as a Cleveland Guardian. I didn't know who the guy was at first, but I kept on to it luckily, and now I'm like, holy crap, like this guy's actually good. We'll see what happens next year. A lot of people are calling him a flash in the pan, one-hit wonder sort of thing. We'll see what happens next year. I think he'll be pretty good. I mean, again, when you're a Rocky, it's not hard to be the best player on the Rockies right now. Sorry all you Colorado fans watching this video. But a lot of you guys could probably agree with me that Nolan Jones is probably the best player. He definitely was the best player on the Rockies in 2023. So now we're getting to the top 5. Here we go. This is always my favorite part of the video every time we do these videos. Now we're getting into the top 5. So number 5, we're going to Atlanta. We're going to Michael Harris II. That is right, guys. Michael Harris II. What a weird season. What a weird season he had. He was batting like 200 halfway through the year, right? All of a sudden, a switch flipped off somewhere, and he ended up batting almost 300 this year. So I'll give him credit where credit is due. But again, I mean, when you're playing for the Atlanta Braves, you have to pitch to people because that whole lineup doesn't have any holes. So, yeah, he's going to get pitches to see, and he got pitches to see because he did tremendously the second half of the season that led to this great stat line. So let's see, OPS 808, average 293. Like I said, midway through the season, that was 200. So the fact that he raised his average almost 100 points in a 3-month span, that's pretty good. And let's see, RBIs 57, home runs 18, hits 148, at-bats 505. So again, man, Michael Harris, a lot of people were calling him a bust midway through the season. I was like, bro, just give it time. You're going to see for yourself that that's not going to be the case. And I was right. And I'm happy to say I was right because I actually have a lot of stock invested in him. I pulled a couple parallels of him and things like that. So I am very much rooting for Michael Harris. And they gave him a contract. So, they kind of thought that he was going to be good regardless. And it turns out that they were absolutely right. So Michael Harris is number 5 on this list. Getting in to number 4 on this list, we're going to Boston, and it's not Tristan Casas, right? A lot of people are like, Tristan Casas is Rookie of the Year in contention. Okay, fine. But I like this guy better. I like Masataka Yoshida better. Masataka Yoshida, I have been on his hype train the whole entire year. When did his first rookie card come out? I think Series 2, right? Or was it Heritage? I don't even know what it was. But one came before the other. But either way, ever since his rookie cards have been in Topps products, I have been behind this guy all year long. He was great right out of the get-go from opening day to the end of the season. I don't know why he hadn't actually gotten any Rookie of the Year votes. Probably because they moved him out of the field. For a while there, from what I recall, they did put him in the DH category in the batting lineup. So They took him out of the outfield because I think he was like not doing good defensively. But either way, I mean, he had a great year. I mean, 783 OPS, average 289, 15 homers, 72 RBIs, at-bats 537 with 155 hits. I mean, you can't really ask much more than that. I mean, for 30 years old and, being kind of in the end of his prime, I guess that's what you would call it, that's pretty good. I mean, it would have been great to see what he actually would have done if he was here earlier in the major leagues. Of course, he came from, I believe, Japan. I believe that's where he came from. And, of course, he got posted and the Red Sox picked him up in free agency last offseason. But either way, Masataka Yoshida, very, very good player. A lot of people don't talk about him, but I do because I think he very much deserves to have a mention on this list. I mean, Tristan Casas is up for Rookie of the Year contention, and that is good. I mean, he's pretty good as well. But I think Masataka Yoshida should have definitely been in this contention somewhere because he definitely deserved it. So there is that for number 4. Now we are getting to number 3, and here's where the list kind of changes a little bit. The list kind of changes a little bit because obviously of announcements of votes and award participants and up for grabs and things like that. So I'll explain why here in a minute. So number 3, we're going to Texas. Now typically this guy's number 2 on my list, but Josh Young, for whatever reason, I don't know why, is not in Rookie of the Year contention. I don't know why. This guy was my pick to win Rookie of the Year from the word go in the American League. I am not sure why. He had an OPS of 867, an average of, I'm reading the postseason. Hold on. OPS 782, average 266. He had 23 homers, 70 RBIs. I mean, he couldn't have at least got some consideration. I don't know. He was my definite pick from the word go when the season started because I do believe they called him up for opening day. No, my fault. It's his debut here. September 9th, 2022. So he was on the Major League roster from opening day. I don't know why he wasn't even in the top 3. He should have definitely been in the top 3. But either way, Josh Young, very, very good. He has one thing that all these other Rookie of the Year participants can't say. He's a World Series champion. That's right, guys. He's a World Series champion, and all those other guys are not. So at the end of the day, I think he would probably look at that World Series championship much more valuable than a Rookie of the Year. But hey, I mean, some people view things different than others. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But either way, Josh Young, I think, definitely should have more recognition in the Rookie of the Year votes. Don't know why he didn't, but either way, it is what it is. Now, we're going to go to number 2. Number 2 is a shocker to me. And that is, like I said earlier, we're going back to Baltimore. We're going to Gunar Henderson. That is right, guys. Gunar Henderson actually is the favorite to win the American League Rookie of the Year. So let's go over his stats. So he had a 814 OPS, an average of 255, 28 homers, and 82 RBIs. Very, very similar to Josh Young's stats. Very, very close. Of course, he has more RBIs and a little bit of an OPS, but Josh Young has a better average. So it kind of is like a pick your poison kind of thing. But this definitely shocked me. I did not expect midway through the year that Gunar Henderson was going to be potentially winning Rookie of the Year. Now, of course, the vote isn't final yet. We're going to find that out, I think, in a couple days from now. So it's not official yet, but from everyone else on the list, I think Gunar Henderson's probably going to win it. That's just my gut feeling on that, at least. So it's definitely interesting. Did not expect that at all. But either way, it'll be cool nonetheless. He definitely did well enough, but the average could have been up a little bit better. 255, when I think of Rookie of the Year, I think you got to be at least batting like 280 or something like that. I know average is down in the league, but, it is what it is. So either way, let's finally get to number 1 on this list. And this should not shock any of you. This is by far, no doubt about it, the NL Rookie of the Year. No doubt about it. No questions asked. This guy, will it be unanimous? I don't know. Probably some writer or two, whoever votes, probably ain't going to vote unanimously just because that's how they like to be. Either way, we got Corbin Carroll. That is right, guys. National League champion, Arizona Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll. So let's look at his regular season stats. He had an OPS of 868, an average of 285, home runs 25, RBIs 76, stolen bases 54. I mean, that just says it for itself right there. And at-bats, he had 565. No doubt about it, no questions asked. He is going to be the Rookie of the Year for the National League. And if he's not, it's rigged. I don't know how he wouldn't win it because he had an absolutely phenomenal year. So, guys, that being said, my throat's getting dry here. I'm getting out of here. Let me know what you think of this list in the comment section. Let me know your top 10 list in the comment section below. If you want to type out a list, 1 being the best, 10 being the least, let me know what you think. And of course, don't forget to grab one of these Grip and Rip shirts. They're awesome quality. They ain't going to dry or shrink in the dryer. Very good material. Believe me, I have that problem. And this material is good to go. So either way, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.